Hey everybody, welcome back. And it is once again time for the annual Christmas lights video on the house. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a little late, but I feel like I do this a little earlier each year. But, anyways, yeah. So this year got a little bit of the same, but it's a little bit different. So I guess I'll start as I always do over here on the mailbox. When you first come up to the house, you've got your red and white LEDs here. Very nice. So I've actually put all red and some, I put these on here as well as some regular red LEDs. I like how these look. You got enough of them to cover the entire mailbox. So the lamppost, we've got the flickering LED flame bulb in there again this year. I got that last year. And then this garland that's very old now. Same garland we've always put on here with these LEDs. And this little swag here. These two trees, I did pretty much the same thing that I did last year with putting the white LEDs on them, but I got some more LEDs. So I tried to go a little bit higher up into the trees. I think it turned out really nice. This tree has all mini light style LEDs. There's one set back here that's like got the sort of like textured covers on them, but the rest of them are just regular old-fashioned mini light style LEDs. And they're just like the generic ones. So they're like not like the best, but they're pretty good. I like how they look. And then this tree is also the same, but I've got some C6 style LEDs on this one, and then these textured ones. Those are also those, and then there's some mini light ones up there. So I tried to keep the C6 ones all at the like bottom / middle of the tree. On the fence here, I've got these LEDs that are color changing, or actually they're multicolored / white, and I put these on this fence every year. So this is something that I haven't really changed either. I've always liked these LEDs, and I have them set to the setting where you can, there's really only one setting that I like on these, and it's this one, which is the sort of fading back and forth from white to multicolored. The other settings are like, there's one where it fades on and off from white, and one where it fades on and off with colors. There's one where it flashes really fast from white to colored, like on and off, like it's a twinkling setting or whatever, and I don't really like that. So this is really the only setting that I like a lot. Okay, and then over here, the Japanese maple, I did something a little different this year. Last year, I think in the past, I've only put green mini lights on this one. Well, I decided this year to put some red on the trunk here and put the green at the top of the tree. And I think it turned out looking really nice, actually. I think I might actually do this again next year. So it's red LEDs down here. It's these C6 style textured cones. And those are actually the ones that I put on the mailbox last year. So I put them on the trunk there, and put the green incandescent mini lights on the upper branches of the tree, and I really got really nice and high up on those upper branches there. Yeah, it looks very nice. So then the house itself, we've got, well, first of all, the bushes here, we've got the LED net light, and this net light is very old by now. It's probably like, well, I want to say like 7 or 8 years old. I actually don't really even know, because this net light was left behind by the previous owners of the house. They used to put this on these bushes here, so I've decided to carry on with putting them on these bushes here. And like that, also the holly bush right here, this incandescent net light is also from the previous owners of the house, which I mentioned before in pretty much every one of my last Christmas light outdoor videos. was left behind by the previous owners, and they put these on this bush. I decided to just keep doing that because, you know, I mean, that's basically what this is for. These net lights. It's what they intended them for. So then, like I said, on the house itself, we've got the icicle lights that run all the way down to that end. And I'll show you that end up close, but I decided not to go all the way to the very end of the gutter this year because that's kind of a really like hazardous step right there, and to have to climb up on the ladder and get them all the way up there to the end is kind of a little dangerous. So I decided to just end right there at the end of the window. I don't think it looks too bad. I actually think it looks pretty nice, and kind of even. So then on the bay window, or this isn't the bay window, the addition window, I've got the set of red, green, and blue multifunction lights, and I have them set to the combination setting, so they go through all the sequences. And then underneath of the window, the multicolored flashing icicle lights, which are, again, very, very old now. Those are probably creeping up on 15 years old or so at this point. That's actually, I think, the first set of red, green, and blue multifunctions that I ever got. Those are pretty old now too. They're probably like, again, 7 or 8 years old, I want to say now. Around this door I have a set of vintage mini lights. These are actually ones with the reflectors on them. They're the tulip reflectors. A few of them are missing and I replaced them with those reflectors. But for the most part they're all still there and all still working. Very nice. I do like this set a lot. It fits perfectly around this door. Like ends at the first and last light end at the very bottom of the door frame. It's perfect. Around this little window here on the side I've got those LED, I think they advertise these as C9s, but they're just mini LEDs inside of a little C9 shaped clear case. I guess they look pretty nice. They are pretty flickery. They're not the best set of LEDs. That's why I put them on this window here. But then I got a little star. Actually, it's one of our old tree toppers that we used to use on the upper portion of the window there. Candle in that window. And then we also have these candles here in this window I forgot to mention, with the frosted flame style bulbs. Over here, like I mentioned, we have the holly bush with the net light, but we've also got this little bush here, which has actually gotten quite big. I have another set of vintage mini lights. I'm not sure, I think this set is from the 80s, but yeah, I had to replace a lot of the bulbs in this one. I think it looks okay. This was actually given to me by one of my friends, and actually the same one who gave me the set that's around that door. I think he gave me this one at the same time, so I'm really happy that I got to use these. And then in front of the bush I have the C9 pathway lights, or formerly pathway lights. At our old house we put these up the walkway, but I don't think we have enough to go all the way down that walkway, and I don't think I can buy any more without converting them to LED, and I really don't want to convert these to LED because I do like having these as regular old-fashioned incandescent C9s, but yeah, these are incandescent. I thought about converting them to true tone LEDs, but you know, I don't know. I feel like that would be more worth it if I had sets going all the way down to the very end there, which I do want to do eventually in the future, hopefully, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, for now, these incandescents are really, really nice, and I do like them. And this is the same set I've had for years now. They used to put at the old house. I think this is a third set we ever had, because the first two fell victim to squirrels chewing through the wires. I still have the second one. It's only got like 8 or so bulbs left because the squirrel chewed through the wire after the 8th one. The first one we don't have anymore because the squirrel literally chewed through the wire right after the first bulb. So, anyways, around this window we've got another set of multi-function lights, red, green, and blue. And in the center we've got that tree topper. It's actually the plaque, the multifunction plaque that I put on for the last several years, put on that window. And I really like it because one of my old neighbors had ones like that he used to put on his windows. So That's why I put that one there. And this set of multifunctions is also set to the combination setting. So on this railing, we have the dripping icicle lights. They're multicolored ones. I like these a lot. Put these here ever since we got them, and I think they go really nicely here. And then on this bush here, which I forgot to mention, behind the pathway C9s, I've got a set of old, they're actually mini lights, but they have little cones over them that make them look like C6s. It's an old set of GE lights, so I have them on that bush. And then around the main front door, we've got white mini lights. This is the same set I put on here the last few years. And then this set of LEDs, which is quite old now as well, probably like 10 or so years old, I want to say. And then I have this LED star in the middle. It's actually another tree topper that I put in this window last year, and I really like it. So on this side of the house, we've got this Christmas tree, which we've had for a few years now. I don't think I ever put it in front here. I know I put it on the side last year, but I like it here. It kind of blocks the hose. And then on this bush, I've got some LEDs, multicolored LEDs. Changed from the incandescents that I normally put on here because the multifunction set that I used to put on here actually broke. Don't know what happened to that one, but it just stopped working. Last year it was showing signs of starting to fail because it would like not work for one day, and then the next day it would come back on and start working again. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe water got into the control box. But yeah, I like these LEDs, even though they're like the generic, very harsh blue and green ones. They look better in camera than they do on camera than they do in person for some reason. I don't know why that is. But on the house, we've got again the icicle lights that extend from all the way over there. And they go all the way from there up to here. The big star in the middle, the tube light star, which is again very, very old now. These twinkling icicle lights, they're blue, or like a nice light blue, which I really like. I used to not like these, but I actually have grown to like them over the years. And these are quite old now as well. These are both Gemmy sets, Gemmy Light Show sets, I believe. They don't make these anymore, I don't think. I wish I got more when they were on clearance at Lowe's years ago, but I only got these two, so that's all I have. And then on this side of the house, I have a set of multicolored LEDs, the same kind that's on that bush, just because these lights actually used to shine. When I put icicle lights on here, they shined into our neighbor's windows there. So I decided to change them out for these multicolored LEDs so they'll be not as bright, not as bothersome for the neighbors. So hopefully they appreciate that. And then I've got the projector on the top portion of the house, the little snowflake projector, which is right there. Very nice. That's until I can get a ladder that can allow me to go all the way up to the roof there. I'd love to do icicle lights up there one year. But so then I guess the last thing is to show is the lawn setup here. Besides the lights here on this cherry tree, which I guess I can show first, because these were actually new last year, but I got them like midway into the season, so I didn't get to show them in the video. But these are little solar dripping icicle lights. This is 2 sets on this branch here, this limb, and 1 set right here that isn't working actually. I think I need to get a new rechargeable battery for this one because this one's been giving me problems since I put it up. But yeah, I think that one may need a new rechargeable battery. I only got it to work like a few nights so far. But these 2 sets are working really nicely. They look good, they look cool. So that's something on this tree. I would eventually, like I said, like to get some red and green bulbs for the landscape lighting spotlights here, and hopefully just run those instead of the entire landscape lighting system. But that's probably another project for the future. So now the lawn setup here, I've got 4 spiral trees out here. These are the 4 that we've had before, the ones that we had previously. Of course, the 2 taller ones are the... No, let me rephrase that. The 2 shorter ones are the second set we ever had. Yes, and then the 2 taller ones are the 3rd set we ever had. We don't have any of the first one left because the tall one from the older set broke years and years ago in a blizzard, I remember. And then we got this set with the taller one to compensate. And then we had that one. And then just this year, at the beginning of the year, I got this set, like back in November, from an estate sale actually down the road, from a guy who, he used to put up a lot of Christmas decorations. He put up like inflatables, and they actually put up like inflatables for like every season. But I got this set from them, from that estate sale. And yeah, I don't think this set was, I think it was used maybe like once or twice, a few times, judging by like how the stakes had dirt on them, and the pole for that one and the stakes for these two. So maybe they were used once or twice, but they really don't seem to have very much use on them. And they're both working, all three of them are working perfectly. That one's a little kind of mangled out of shape because of from storage, but you know, for what it's worth, I'm pretty happy with them. I got them for 20 bucks. So, yeah, now we got a whole forest of spiral trees. I thought maybe next year putting one on the porch there. I thought that might be pretty nice. And then, of course, in the front here, we've got the reindeer and the gifts. The big one that's probably like 17 years old now at this point. Still working. The motorized animated head still works, and I think, yep, all the lights are working, except I do see a burned out bulb there that I need to change. I didn't have any issues with this one this year, surprisingly. Normally there's always like a section or two that are out on it. The little deer, which is now also pretty old, missing a few of its bells on its antlers, but still works. And then the 3 gift boxes that I got from my grandma a few years ago. These are really nice. I like them. Yeah, so then I think the last thing that's left to show is, well, first of all, I forgot to mention you do have candles in these windows as well, and the bay window, but you probably saw those. Over to this side with the multicolored LEDs, and around to the back porch, we've got icicle lights, more icicle lights, all the way around the back porch. So you can see that side, that edge from the road, like just the very end of it. And then this part you can sort of see from the back road there that goes around it, like kind of loops around. So this looks really nice down here. And then we've got some more on that side, and then wrapping around the railing down here, I've got a set of white mini lights, incandescent. And I think this is the same exact set that I put on this railing last year, actually. So yeah, now let's walk around the other way, up the driveway, where you can see the lights on this side of the house. Very pretty. Of course, the cars are gonna come driving by. So, yeah, I don't think I left anything out. I think I pretty much got everything. So, yeah, that is gonna be it for this year's Christmas decorations video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I will be putting out another video of the holiday Christmas village under the tree. So I'll look forward to that, and that'll be the rest of my Christmas series for this year. So, hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you in the next video.